Hey guys, what's up? It's LBJ Heat, and I'm gonna be starting my first part of I don't know how many parts yet, but it's a series about goalies. So I'm gonna start with Anaheim. So if you go to Anaheim, Jonas Hiller, I was pretty cheap. Add this to my watch list, but he seems to go for about 3 to 3.5 most of the time. Actually, probably 3 to 4. I mean, Hiller is a pretty good goalie because I've never had him, but I've played against a bunch of guys and I always get robbed. I mean, he's just a really good goalie. And then if you go to Dan Ellis over here, Dan Ellis is not even close to that much. I got Dan Ellis with like 40 contracts for like $200. So I mean, these are harsh ripoffs. Ellis probably goes for like 3 to 4 at the most, and Hiller probably goes 3 to 4, but 1,000, not 100. And then if we go to Boston, you got Tim Thomas and Tuukka Rask. So I'll start with Thomas. So if you go to Tim Thomas, he probably goes for about 7 and a half ish, and that's cheap. So you probably go even up to 8. I mean, this one's cheap. I'll add this one, but I mean, when it comes to Tim Thomas, probably goes for about 7 to 8. You probably want to get him from like the lower side, so probably around 7, 7.5. Then if you go to Tuukka Rask next, he probably goes 3.5 to 4. I've seen a lot for a lot more, but I'll just want to watch this too. 3.5, 4 is what you want to try to get him for, because he's a good goalie and he's also got training. So and if you got duration cards, it's perfect. I mean, I have like 5 or 6 duration cards. So, and I only use duration cards on goalies, so that makes it a lot easier. And the last goalie would be more Turco. Turco probably goes for around this much, 2 to 300. Turco, I actually had him, and these goalies like him, Jagir, Varlamov, and Emery, they seem to make the same kind of saves that someone like Tim Thomas would. It's kind of weird, but honestly, I would just go for a lower end guy like Turco. But if you have the pucks, like a lot of pucks, you may as well go for a better guy. And next is gonna be Buffalo. In Buffalo, you got Miller and Enroth. Miller is really expensive because he's one of the most elite goalies. I'm not really sure what he goes for, but I'm guessing probably around 30 or 40. 30 or 40. I don't know. I've seen a lot go for 50 get bid on, so actually no, probably 40 to 50 is probably what he goes for. 30, I found a couple for 30, and they were really cheap. But again, I just started learning more prices recently, so I didn't go for those guys. And for Enroth, you can get a bunch for like 400 or 500, and you can get a lot of contracts for 400 or 500. Because I got one with like 40 contracts for 350, I think, and I used every single one of those contracts. And he's a good goalie too. Then we'll go to Calgary. Calgary's got Mika Kiprusoff, who, by the way, is not playing well in real life, but in the game, he's a monster. I bid on one for like 6.5. He went up to like 9,000, so I'm guessing he goes for about 6.5, 7ish, maybe 7.5 even, probably around there, 6.5 to 7.5, and he's a pretty good goalie. And next is Henrik Karlsson, who's not even close to Kiprusoff, but probably like 200 at the most I would pay for him. And he's basically a lower end starter, so he's kind of like a Jagir or a Turco. But Karlsson, I had him for a couple games. I just traded him right away. He made almost no saves. Like when I played with him, he was horrible. And who else is there? Yeah, that's it for this team. And then we'll go to the last team for this episode. I'll go Carolina. You got Brian Boucher, who probably goes for about 100 to 150, because I don't know what the card difference is called, but guys with these cards tend to go just for a lot less. And Boucher, even just playing wise, is horrible. I mean, he let in like 4 goals in his first like 5 games with me. He never got any wins, so I just quick sold him. It wasn't even worth trading him. Then next you go to Cam Ward, who's a great goalie, and he probably goes for about 15 to 20, I'm guessing. Yeah, 15, 20 is probably what he goes for, because most of these you see here like 18, 19, 20, well 32, that's a lot. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it, but yeah, 16. Probably 15, probably yeah, 15 to 18 to 15 to 20 is probably what he goes for. Then the last goalie of this episode is going to be Justin Peters. He's good because you can put duration training on him. It's only 3, but if you have good, like if you have like a +7 high, +9 low, that's really worth it. Because you can put like 5, even 15, 10 game durations on him. The only bad thing about NHL 13 is the fact that they make you rest the goalie, so you basically lose. If you have a 3 game duration, you basically lose 1 game. If you have 5, you basically lose 2 or 3. So Justin Peters will probably go for about 400. I got mine for 250. That was pretty cheap, I think. So yeah, that's the first episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.